All right, what it do, YouTube? This your boy Lee Rose, boy, man. I got another reaction video for y'all today, man. I really didn't look at this one, but apparently the guy he analyzed his uncle or something like that, man, to prove a point to his ops, man. I think he went out sad, man. But let's see.
His funeral early today. This at the repass. They was walking in and they shot the repass up. They seen Lolo walking in the door and shot it up. They shot the repass up. They seen Lolo walking in the repass and they shot it up.
We must hate repass.
Had to take over the globe. Alabama, we scrap with them hammers, me and landlord low.
Just like talk about the coppers, we get headshots. Ride with these switches, I get caught going to the feds now.
At a community center in Brighton today.
Yeah, our crews are all over the scene for you right now. WVTM.
There was reports of 2 people shot, and when deputies got here, they found 2 adult men who had been shot and killed. And right now, there are no suspects who are in custody, and they don't have anyone who's a person of interest at this point either. And we did talk to Councilman Jerome McMullen earlier today, and he shared us this surveillance video. And this is something that you're only going to see on WVTM 13, as you can see on your screen. It looks what is the suspect who was running away from the scene of the shooting and getting into a car after those shots were fired.
So really, I want to focus on more making my community healthy. Do you believe releasing that video to the media was in the public interest? If so, why or why not? I released the video.
By the way, man, shout out the Family TV, man. You got some good. Y'all go check it out if y'all can.
Video because
Fam, at this point, it's probably safe to say that everything comes with a motive. Let's be real. Humans tend to act with intent, whether to achieve a goal, fulfill a desire, or avoid discomfort. Well, 6 months after a double murder in Brighton, Alabama, that involved a local rapper who the Family TV interviewed 2 months prior to his demise, a local councilman has been charged with 2 misdemeanors, charging him with tampering of evidence from a video that was released by him and even being played via social media. Nonetheless, just like landlord Lo the rapper, who unfortunately lost his life, may he rest in peace, the Family TV was able to speak to the councilman. He'll later explain how this video got out, who he sent it to, when, and how he was privileged to this video. But the main question most of us will have for this video was, what was the true motive? I mean, we all have one, right? Hopefully, by the end of this video, he will explain his motive and why, and if he felt he broke any laws. But it's also important to look at every angle of this story. Why would the police department charge him 6 months later? Not to mention, why would the police department who did solve this case charge him 6 months later with tampering evidence if the perpetrators was arrested 48 hours later? It's a lot of funny business going on. I'm here to present the facts and be as thorough as possible while letting you guys come up with the conclusion. Now, I'll make sure I leave the link for the landlord Lo interview and how he lost his life in the bio. I'm going to briefly guide you guys to why this councilman is speaking with the Family TV 6 months after landlord Lo had lost his life. But I want to also point out one thing. This is an open investigation. And because of that, though they reached out, I didn't want to ask any questions after doing more research. I wanted to give this man an open floor, and I told him after the election and the conclusion of his case, we'll have a follow-up interview for. The last thing I will want the Family TV to be associated with is having an interview that can help in an investigation in a small town with just 3,000 as the population. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. First reported by Carol Robinson at AL.com, the Brighton City Councilman was under arrest after accused of leaking a video of a double murder to some news media outlets in the middle of the investigation. His name was Jerome Edward McMullen, 54 years old, and charged with obstruction of governmental operations and tampering with physical evidence. On the first week of June in 2020.
See, what he did right there was some dumb ass shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, even if you got the joint ain't solved yet. Like, but you know, I ain't gonna say it was done because some people do stuff. He probably thought he wouldn't go viral or some shit like that. But while the case is going on and they ain't even solved the case yet, you think that was smart?
25, he was booked into the Jefferson County Jail at around 10:04 a.m. He was later released at 11:37 a.m. after posting a $2,000 bond. McMullen has retained an attorney, Emery Anthony. Now, the video that was released to the media was a footage of a deadly shooting that happened Friday, December 13th, 2024. During a funeral repast of a local rapper named Landlord Low. The repast was for his uncle.
Pay a fee, beat the K. Bird question when I made bun. What my sack and my Drake.
Up and give me a chance to take over the globe. Alabama, we scrap with them hammers, me and Landlord Low.
Talk about the car and I get leg shot. Anytime we talk about a cop, then we get headshot.
Ooh, and shit, nigga. Lolo, you next, bro. God, you is. Don't nobody care nothing about what's going on this internet. D'Angelo, you are next.
Now, this incident took place at Brighton Community
He told him he next.
Center, which is key on how this councilman was able to release this video. But authorities were called to the center, 3810 7th Avenue, shortly before 2:30 p.m. that Friday. A guy named James David Abercrombie III, 27 years old, a Fairfield man who just got out of prison October 2024, was charged with the capital murder and the shooting death of D'Angelo Lamarcus Samuels, also known as the rapper Landlord Low, who was 27 years old at the time, and a guy named Roderick Hall, 38 years old, who, check this out, fam, was the shooter uncle. You heard this right. This man killed his uncle just to get to this rapper. He definitely knew him. Landlord Low and his brother and Roderick were standing just outside the front door when the shooting happened. Landlord Low and Roderick was pronounced deceased. On the scene, Landlord Low's brother managed to get away. Video of the killer was quickly leaked and showed the suspect shooting the victim from just feet away before running through the community center parking lot, still armed with a rifle. According to AL.com, charging documents against McMullen stated he illegally made a video of a double homicide taken from a security camera at the City of Brighton Senior Citizen Center on his personal cell phone and released it to the news media while during an active investigation inside a taped-off crime scene. Now you know the backstory. Check out the interview.
Welcome to the Family TV. Who we have a privilege for speaking with today?
Jerome McMullen, Councilman Jerome McMullen.
Ms. McMullen, I appreciate you taking the time to chop it up with us. Unfortunately, you was accused of tampering allegedly with evidence in the case of the rapper Landlord Low homicide case. We did that video. I'll leave the link in the bio for those who didn't check it out. First and foremost, before we even get to all that, can you give the audience a brief introduction on who you are and how you became councilman?
Well, my name is Jerome McMullen. I became part of the council when young lady, she had missed more than the allotted time. And so they ended up voting her out. She had an illness. And so I ended up putting in for the position. And they chose me over about 3 other people to finish out her term. The mayor job is to carry those things out.
Chain of command. When it comes to Brighton, how you see your responsibilities in your community?
I chair the seat of Park and Rec is what I do. I chair that seat. So anything that's dealing with the parks, that particular thing, it comes up under me.
Okay.
So I do my best to make sure that our parks are maintained and in good standing. All that follow up under me.
As we talked about late last year, I believe in December, the rapper Landlord Low was among 2 individuals who was gunned down outside a funeral repast at a Brighton community center. Now, I want to give my family members who watching this a little FYI. Now, we're going to have a chance to hear from Mr. McMullen, but we're going to follow up with this interview because this is an open case and I don't want me asking anything or me trying to know more information that's been presented to the public can jeopardize his case. And at the conclusion of his case, we'll be able to ask more questions in a follow-up interview. But I'm assuming, as you said, you're dealing with all parks and community and recs. I'm assuming is that possibly why you was allegedly connected?
Yes.
So is there anything you want to speak on pertaining that situation?
Well, one thing that I can say was that when that incident took place, I got a phone call from the mayor asking that I come to the community center, that someone had been killed. And so I rushed there. When I got there, that's when I seen 2 deceased bodies laying on the front porch of the community center.
But I'm confused because you recorded though. So how is you confused? How is you confused on something you recorded, man?
It was chaos when I got there. So I jumped into my mode of trying to make sure that my community is safe and trying to comfort the people that was just destroyed due to the shooting and the murders that has taken place up there. So it was chaos up there.
Brighton had the youngest mayor.
At one time, yes, Brandon Dean.
He's not y'all mayor today?
No, he's not.
A release of a video?
Yeah, that's what I want to get into, the release of the video. You know what I'm
saying? He wasn't going to talk to the news about it. And I asked him why, and he said he's just not going to do it. So probably about an hour later, my phone rang, and it was 13. And they asked me, did I mind giving a statement? And I told them I didn't mind. The chief of police wasn't there. He was somewhere else moonlight. He's never in town whenever we need it. So I talked with them, and I gave them a video that everybody's seen.
Similar footage was also released.
Okay, so now I get it. Because I was thinking that too. I know you weren't that crazy enough to put it out in your councilman. I know you won't me personally, I thought he put it out on like social media or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that. He gave it to the news, and I guess they put it out for to try to catch the suspect or somebody try to give him information or something.
Released on Facebook Live.
Right.
First and foremost, you was on that news clip. Now that I look at it.
Yeah, Aaron, I spoke with Jerome McMullen, city councilor here in Brighton, and he told me it was a very emotional, maybe shocking too is the best word to describe it. I'm joined by Jerome now. And you were telling me earlier this happened during a repass. Can you just kind of tell me what you're feeling right now knowing this happened during such an already emotional time?
It's just sad that we having a repass up here, co-worker pass. And we ended up with something like this, 2 people being murdered in front of the community center. Sad.
And you were telling me too that you had actually just left before all of this happened. I mean, if you had been here, just moments later, you could have witnessed this. I mean, what does that make you feel?
Scary. Here at the community center with seniors, I had 2 older guys here. And picking them up, and we left, and I got a phone call saying that the shoot took place.
And so do you have a message to the community that you serve? Anything you would like for them to know as this investigation gets underway?
Well, just stay vigilant, and we're out here looking to find the truth, and we're going to find the truth.
Is that when you gave the video up?
Yes.
So how's that conflict of interest?
I have no idea.
Do you feel like it's a motive behind it?
And why did he get arrested if he gave it to the police? It's crazy, man. It's kind of crazy, man. I'm most definitely gonna wrap it up right there because, like, first of all, he shouldn't even got arrested if he gave it up with him. They know he had it. I can see if he was keeping it from them. But what I think is he didn't do something that they asked him to do. You know what I'm saying? He probably fully cooperated and they tried to get him to do something that was probably going to jeopardize him or something. You know what I'm saying? So he went with it. And I'm on his side. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, until next time. You know what I'm saying? Your boy, hit that like and subscribe button down there in the left-hand corner. do that for me. You know what I'm saying? Lee Rose, boy.